61 years ago, we almost went to nuclear war with Russia over missiles stationed in Cuba. Here we are today looking at the prospects of Chinese troops going to Cuba. And what started out to be just a spy base, which at first they didn't want to tell us about, it was all hush hush, just a little spy base. Now it turns out it's a troop training center. And troop training center takes troops to train troops, and whose troops are they training? And what else is it going to become? Because it seems like this mission creep, this little spy base, is growing fast. And by the way, the Chinese are spending $2 billion to set this up. And you got to remember, Cuba is a very cash strapped economy. So $2 billion down there is like spending probably 200 billion here in the United States. It's going to go a long way. They can buy a lot of stuff. Plus, it's China putting it in, not us. So what they put in for $2 billion on their end or whatever they're doing is going to go a lot farther too. So this could be a major military center going into Cuba. Will it be will they sneak missiles in? You know, Cuba and Russia surely didn't tell us they was going to put missiles in Cuba. We found it through spy satellites. What is going into Cuba? Surely they wouldn't have the caputs to do that now, right? Would they? They could hide stuff. There's a lot of stuff you could hide in terms of other materials. And we do know that China now has developed these ISO shipping containers. Are like 240 footers welded together that they can put an ICBM in, a full size missile. Not just an ICBM, a bigger missile than an ICBM. We're talking a space launch rocket. So they can launch anything they want to from ISO shipping containers, which could just be on an instant little cargo ship and just happen to be in Cuba, or just happen to be some of the supplies are faring in and out. So even if not Cuba, they could still do this from Venezuela, because China is also operating in and out of Venezuela, like is North Korea and Russia and Iran. And Iran is selling missiles to Venezuela. So what is going on? And China also has deals with all kind of other little Caribbean countries there. So what is going on? I'm going to show you some articles real quick, and then we're going to throw back to look at America's going in also around China. Are we slipping into World War III, or is there something else that we just don't see? So let's have a look at some of this, guys. All right, we're going to look at some articles real fast. Let's hope that my system don't crash on me here like it's been doing so much lately. Ding, 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 ding. And we're going to look at a few articles, and we're going to go to Google Earth, and that's not where I wanted to start. Let's start right here. Bing. Insider quoting Wall Street Journal. It's not just spy bases. China could be sending troops right to Florida's doorstep. Yeah, and Breitbart also picked up on it. China plans to establish military base in Cuba, indicating it may intend to permanently station troops off the U.S. coast. Permanently station troops. You see, the story keeps getting bigger. You say, oh, Greg, come on, it's just one little place. We got all these bases around China too. Well, we're not that close, and maybe those bases aren't so fantastic, except Okinawa and Guam, which is a lot farther away. But now look at this, guys, and we'll talk about that. We're going to go to Google Earth and kind of examine all of that. But either way, the ante is going up, the ante toward war. But you know what? China also sends a lot of money through the drug cartels in Mexico, and gives them, we're told, maybe supplying stuff to them. We definitely know fentanyl is going through China, through the drug cartels into America, weakening this country, causing a lot of our people to start pushing daisies. I mean, like 107,000 last year. Is this not like an act of war already? What is that? And how come we just kind of keep it quiet and sweep it under the rug, kind of barely mention it at times? You got to be kidding me. That's atrocious. That is atrocious, and it's enriching the drug cartels along the way. And those drug cartels might just be the private contractor army of the CCP. Oh, no, these cartels aren't nothing. Oh, look at this. Oh, my gosh. I don't know, guys. Look at that little video here of these guys. They look pretty serious to me. So let's have a look. You see. Oh, wow. Look at that long column. Heavy armed. Oh, these are heavily armed military vehicles, totally outfitted. Listen, the Taliban guys who run us out of Afghanistan weren't this well equipped. But this is a propaganda video, according to the Mexican president and the Mexican army, because they said in here, there's no way that the drug cartel, it just keeps going. I've seen other videos of this force, guys. I've seen many other videos from other locations, but this isn't real because there's nothing that can challenge the Mexican military. That's what they say down here somewhere. La 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 la. Yeah, yeah. This just can't be real. There's nothing to do that. Where is it? I don't want to find that statement. Oh well, heck with that. Yeah, it's just this must be something like maybe it's just a drag show, a drag story hour. That's it. This is just a drag story hour. Yeah, this is not real. These aren't mean, menacing looking guys. The drug cartels are all so sweet and loving. They wouldn't hurt a fly, now would they? Oh, really? Then how come this? How the Sinaloa cartel bested the Mexican army, basically had a battle, and the cartel beat the army in the battle. No, that didn't happen. No, 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 wait, that didn't happen. But look, Mexican authorities, excuse me, Texas authorities are saying that heavily armed Mexican cartels are taunting U.S. soldiers at the border. Oh, no, that don't happen. No, no, no. That's just the tough Texans and our U.S. soldiers just can't handle the drag show story hour. That's all it is. It's just that frightens them too much. They can't handle it. Yeah, right. These guys, I mean, yeah, I have seen multiple videos now of this. This is a long column. Oh, they just all here posing. This is decoration day at the graveyard. They just all went up there to pose. That's all it is. Guys, what is going on? These are the guys that can roll across our border. These guys are very menacing. They're well funded from all the drug money we send back across the border south, and all the people they run up here for great expense. Yeah, they make a lot of money running people into this country, and it buys them all of these toys, which they might turn around and use on us. Kind of sounds like the way we bought cheap junk from Walmart and funded the development of the largest navy in the world in China. I don't know, guys. This is highly suspicious. I think we need to think about this. We seriously need to consider southern border security. But no, we don't need to do that. Greg, you're dreaming, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah. Okay. Here's the other thing. Okay, so yeah, we've got 4 new military sites in China. So let's go have a look at it. Let's stop this show. We'll come back here and I'm gonna show you something else. Hopefully I don't get knocked offline. Let's go to Google Earth. We're going to go Google the planet. Hang on, guys. Share screen. Ding, 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 ding. Bing, bing. All right. Here is 2 of those bases all in one fell swoop. There supposedly is this naval base and this airfield. There's 2 of these new bases I've seen. All right, let's look at these major military bases we're putting our troops into. Here he is. This is the naval base. So what? And this is the air base. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like you don't have much of a roof on it. Just some patchwork tin roofs. These are just some run down barns that they're using for barracks and headquarters building, and some run down broke military. That's the naval base, and that's their port. Maybe this is the naval base port with these little fishing vessels here, with these like Hawaiian style fishing junks. That's it. That's it. There's no naval ships there, but that's actually the local civilian pier. That's a civilian pier. So maybe this little creek here, that's their waterway. What a naval base is that? I mean, come on, you got to be kidding me, naval base. And this is the airfield. My gosh, I wouldn't even want to land a weed hopper on that. Would you even want to look at this thing? It looks rough. I mean, about the only thing I'd want to land on this might be an Alaskan bushcraft, a bush aircraft. A bush pilot might land here. I don't know, guys. This looks pretty darn rough. That airfield looks, man, it's probably growing grass now. You can see green in it. Jeez, what is this? Paint's faded, concrete or asphalt, whatever it's got there is all messed up. That's an airfield. This is the Air Force Base. Yeah, okay. There's no planes out here, by the way. You can see where planes have turned around there. Holy walking smoke-a-moly. Okay, they got something over here. They do have some planes. There it is. That's the air base. Looks about like a, that's it. Got a few barracks. They got a few barracks, but that field looks rough. They got a few planes, just a few planes and a few barracks. That field looks rough. They got a few little fighter jets here, looks like. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that was trees. I thought that was aircraft. What is this? I thought I was looking at aircraft here in the road with them in there. I don't know, guys. I'm going to think that was trees. That might. Nah, that's a tree. I thought I discovered aircraft. I don't think so. It's showing like that was a road. I don't think so, guys. Pool? Nah, that's not barracks. Not that pool. That's just where somebody lives. I don't know. Maybe it's barracks. Maybe it does belong to the airfield. But I don't know. I don't see airplanes. Some Air Force that is. Well, it is an airfield. Pretty good size airfield. But you need to pave it. So get an idea how big this airfield is. Just shrink it down here when I get to the controls up here. Well, we're going to measure this airfield, guys. So we saw their big naval base. It looked like a few barns with the roofs about gone off of them. Dang, that ain't even a half mile. That's a half mile airfield. That ain't squat, man. Wow. Totally unimpressive. Totally unimpressive, guys. This is our big new military center we're putting into Philippines. I don't know. Does it scare you? Are you scared yet? If you were Xi Jinping, would this scare you? I think he's laughing. Now, I think there ain't even room to put a decent airfield there. That's not even a good place for a Navy base to come think about it. Maybe up here on that island, that bay might be something worth putting a Navy base in. Yeah, I know the Army base is supposed to be somewhere down around here. I don't know. Looks kind of somewhat less than totally impressive to me. All right. That other Army base is down here. Yeah, okay. This is Luzon, northern part of Philippines. Well, let's do some measures here real quick. We're going to go out and see how far this is. Oh, we got the base right there at China, the Cuba, 100 miles away. So let's measure this. Cuba, 100 miles away, and there we are, right next to China. Right, tells me how we got it surrounded. Maybe we do. We do have Okinawa. All right, so that base is right here. So we'll come here. Closest land point looks about here in mainland China. Bing. If the measurement, 479 miles. Okay, that's about 5 times as far as Cuba to Florida. You remember Mexico with those cartels, and they just roll straight across. Ain't got no water separating them, so maybe a little creek called Rio Grande. We don't have troops in Taiwan. If you see them throwing fits over, our politicians go there. They said they would really declare war if we sent troops to Taiwan. But we do have troops in Okinawa. Taiwan, the Strait of Taiwan is like 100 miles across. So that's kind of like Cuba to Florida. So let's go in. This is Okinawa right here. We do have troops in Okinawa. I don't know why you got to scan in to see the name Okinawa there, but I just wanted to show you. It is Okinawa. Well, now the name Okinawa, let's stay there for a minute. Nago, Naha. Okay. Let's do a measure here and see how far this is. Yeah, we'll go with that. Looks like land there. Looks like shallow sea. Take it to the very tiptoe edge. We don't have any military facilities on the tiptoe edge, but we might put a missile there. How far is that? 400 miles. That's 4 times farther away than Cuba. What you got to bear in mind is, if you saw my video recently on the Chinese military balloons, not the EMP balloons, but the battle balloon video, you'll see that they have missiles that easily, they have a lot of missiles. They have an entire missile force that can easily reach all this stuff. All this is all within range of multiple thousands of missiles that China has. So those bases aren't, in fact, even Guam all the way down here is within 1,000 miles of the range of the DF-26 missile. I mean, that missile will shoot all the way out here. It would definitely go all the way across Guam. So they call it a Guam killer. So they've got quite a array of missiles. They call it aerial denial, access denial, aerial denial, the way that they've set up to be able to keep us out with those missiles. So the idea that we got forces in here, man, we don't have that kind of missile bank. We don't have that kind of missile force in the United States, especially anything looking to the south. Well, there we are. There's Cuba. All righty. But Greg, don't worry. Biden just got really tough on Xi Jinping. He just called him a dictator. So after Blinken went over and bowed down and licked his feet, Biden got tough. He called him a dictator. So nothing more to worry about. We got it all covered, right? Let's see what the Chinese say about this. At least the Chinese South Morning Post. I'm going to show you. That's the last article I'm going to share in this video. Let's go to the Chinese South Morning Post. Yeah, I get my tongue twisted up here. Share screen. Back to here. Ding, ding. Last article over. So this is what, it's like they're going wink, wink, nod, nod. Closer to the election season, it is clear that the Biden administration is appeasing domestic voters. And to them, the current and immediate threat is China and its growing global influence concept. Biden is appeasing our domestic voters. So this is what's coming out in the South China Morning Post. South China Morning Post. Closer to the election season, it is clear that Biden administration is appeasing domestic voters. Wow. Not my words. Okay, platform, don't ding me. I'm quoting those Chinese y'all love so much on here, right? Oh my gosh. The current mood in the U.S. requires Biden to amplify his hardline position against China, despite Beijing asking that Washington remain respectful in potential changes concept. And practical terms for the Biden administration to make it clear that they are willing to engage China is important for optics, but equally, they have to show themselves in front of their allies as the leader of the quote unquote free world. See that? Free world, quote unquote. I kid you not, guys. I kid you not. There it is, straight from China. Oh, yeah. It is clear that the Biden administration is appeasing domestic voters. Okay, so you can show me that you watch this video. So to this point, tell me, I see it looks like Biden is appeasing domestic voters. Let's say something to that effect. And I don't know, you saw this video to the end, guys. Holy guac smoke and moly. Almost then. I got one more thing to cover, guys. I think we're sliding toward World War III. So you better consider packing your supplies to the ceiling, to the rafters. Prep. Go to the big box stores, buy the beans and rice and that kind of stuff, and go outside, watch my videos on how to eat free from the weeds and the trees below. And furthermore, and also my filter and water video, filter and sanitize, purify and sanitize water video. Many ways to do it. Go in and consider this. Go to prepwithgreg.com. Prepwithgreg.com. We got specials on here for long-term food storage. Right now, you can get a 4-week supply, $80 off. So that's a pretty good deal. 4 weeks. And that will help carry. Those buckets are great. You can bug out with them. You can bury them. And you got the 2-week supply, which is 1 bucket. You can put these pouches in your backpack. They're easy to carry. And also consider going into, click on this, because if you don't want that stuff, there's other prep and supplies available here at My Page Supply if you just click the button. And it includes air filtration, water filtration, a lot of other stuff. Anyway. Well, the internet's kind of slowing me here today, so I'm just going to stop the share. You get the idea. I don't want to spend all day on it. Thank y'all for watching. With that, I am going to say, keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. If you appreciate this content, subscribe, bang the notification bell, and click all. That's the proposition this channel to help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. Again, thank you for watching. Greg out.